You're still watching Ways Now. World Thinking Day is observed on the 22nd of February each year by the World Association of Girls Guide and Girl Scout. Now, the day celebrates friendship, sisterhood, and women empowerment, and aims to raise funds for 10 million Girls Guide and Scout present in 150 countries. World Thinking Day provides an opportunity for discussing issues that affects women and girls globally. It also provides a bigger forum for the WAGGS, that's the acronym for it, members to speak out on these issues and suggest how they can be tackled. So, World Thinking Day. Let's start to think. But I like the fact that a lot of women now are actually very supportive of other women, unlike what we used to see before. I think slowly that narrative is slowly dying.
Yeah.
That narrative of women not supporting women, women being at each other's throats, women being envious of other women, and, you know, going to the room and shutting the door so that nobody comes into the room with them. I think a lot of things is changing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, opening the door for another woman to come in is actually feels more interesting, and it feels more fulfilling because we can all win together. The ocean is big enough, the sky is wide enough for everybody to fit into. So I feel like supporting your fellow woman should make you happier because, I mean, you've gotten it, you've achieved something, and if a woman beside you or you know somebody, a female that really needs to get to where you're going to, please, as much as you can, support.
Support, absolutely.
Very key.
Very key.
So we are lost for where to start. Let me start with Alero.
Okay.
What's
so,
your news for us?
So my news today is from Kenya. So we have Jane Wambui, a Kenyan mother who have had COVID-19 for the past 10 months. So she has been having the same symptom for 10 months, and you know, everybody expects that when you have, with the research, after you've contacted COVID-19, it's expected that when you isolate for 14 days and you take the required treatment, you should feel fine. But, you know, Jane has had COVID-19 for 10 whole months. And one of the symptoms that everyone should look out for is, so what is being called is long COVID. So if you have COVID-19 for way longer than necessary, the name is being called long COVID. And one of the symptoms that everyone should look out for is, so long COVID is when coronavirus symptoms last longer than 2 months. A study found that 30% of COVID-19 patients still have persistent symptoms after 9 months. These symptoms can start even after having recovered from COVID-19. The symptoms include fatigue, shortness of breath, cognitive dysfunction. I remember sometime last year, a very close friend of mine had COVID and she started forgetting things. She couldn't remember a couple of things, and some people say they couldn't sleep, they get super tired, they can't concentrate, and it's quite scary that, you know, after 2 weeks, which is the normal time, you have to experience the same symptoms for 10 whole months. That's quite scary. So everyone should remember that COVID-19 is still out there, and you should take all the precautions necessary to make sure that you do not contact it, because it's going longer than necessary.
You know this thing about forgetfulness, eh?
You just skip.
The rate at which I forget things these days, I'm trying to wrap my head around, what's this person's name? Like, literally, you know when people used to say that people have memory issues, I used to think that no, I can't, because my mind is very sharp. These days
It's quite scary.
God help me.
Right.
Okay. You know, because genuinely I forget things. Somebody literally just told me his age.
But it's not COVID
on
related.
Friday.
Did you ever have COVID?
It's not
So-
COVID related.
That's a question for another day, because I don't know whether I had COVID. But I've taken the vaccines, right? And I realized that after the vaccine, a lot of things. So for me, I just noticed, you know, that I genuinely just forget things, you know. So I literally have to like remind myself 10 times,
Like, oh,
you know,
what's that?
yeah. I don't know what, but it
Sometimes it
just
could
started.
also be that the distractions around you are much more, and not just that. It could also be a phase.
Well, it might just be. Let it be, Obiko. I'm too young for that.
Because as people get older, the thing is that no, I'm not talking about it having anything to do with age. No. Don't go Nigerian on me, please. Don't do that. But really, but the more responsibilities, the more distractions, the more you tend to shelf things in your mind and move out only the things that are really important to you. So it may not necessarily be COVID related. And please don't be Nigerian. I beg.
I know your story.
All right, my story, well, is a little bit sad because it has to do with Jane. My network is going gaga on me right now, but it has to do with Nightbird. For some of us who knew Nightbird last year when she came out and dared to just be herself, right, and express at America's Got Talent. She finally died on Sunday. Right, but even though I'm sad, I'm also really excited for the kind of life that she lived, because when she came out last year and everyone was screaming and she just confidently said, I have cancer, but it's okay. It was interesting to know that she still was filled with a lot of hope, not for her living right now, but the time that she had to spend to do it with the things that she really loved. So, but Monday she passed after so much attempt to treatment for cancer. It had spread to her lungs, has spread to different parts of her body, and all. And it's just really sad. But the amazing thing about her story is that when she stood on that stage, she sang an original song, and I'm not sure we're going to forget that song anytime soon. The name of the song is It's Okay. That's a legacy that, I mean, that was her truly living, even in spite of what she was going through, and I'm super proud. I hope she finally has the peace that she really deserves right now.
I mean, I remember the first time I found her video on my feed on Instagram. I had goosebumps. I was cold. She has an amazing voice. The lyrics of the song she actually sang, oh my goodness,
Powerful.
it was super powerful. And for me, I'm really excited that we all know that everybody dies one day. But she got to the point whereby she has gotten to realize that
it's okay.
It's fine. Like, I am a spirit in a human body, and this body is basically tired. And when there's a time of death, like, oh, you are going to die at so and so time, you just have that realization that, okay, I'm here to do. It's time to go, and I'm happy she lived her life. She lived her true life.
Coincidentally, they told her that she had only 3 months to live,
and she lived longer than that.
She lived 3 years.
Wow.
She lived 3 years. She had to cut out of the show because in August last year, that was when it really got bad, and then she couldn't do that.
May her soul rest in peace. All right, so my story, I have 2 quick stories to just take. One is I'll just mention it based on what we're talking about today. I didn't know that London, they used to go on a ASU strike too. It seems that so strike action escalates with staff at 24 more university joining UK worldwide walkout. So there's a strike action. This just dropped. Strike action at UK university spreads to about 68 institutions today as staff blamed bosses for failure to make improved offers on pensions and pay and work conditions. So this thing tells you that it's not only Nigeria. I just needed to put it out there because while we're talking, it's not always good to bash Nigeria. There says more than 50,000 staff have a mandate to strike, and well over 1 million students are being impacted for this strike. The other one was a story I found very, very interesting. A young girl saying that she went to a boyfriend's house. That's why she hates to date young boys, and because the boy did not even give her transport fare, And I'm wondering, my dear, so the thing actually caught me. It got me worried. Like, I'm wondering, like, so has everything become transactional when it comes to relationship? So the guy cannot even just say, oh, okay, thanks for coming. So what was he supposed to tell you?
How did you even go?
No, it's not even that. What was he supposed to tell you? You understand? He said thanks for coming. So somebody was now saying, I think this YCEE guy, I think he's a musician or something, a rapper or something. He was saying that, that it's not expecting high-end dates with high-end budget or demanding for your hair and makeup to be done. It's T-Fair. Your kings, be safe. So he's just warning his fellow guys, Mona, take careful. Oh. I just thought this was actually an interesting, I love to even understand where her mindset is. Why would you be asking a guy for transport money? When did we...
is there anything wrong with asking
for
transport money?
Norma, if you want to visit someone, have your transport money. See the day we went out, me and Elsie, we had our vex money. In case you say you are not paying, me and Elsie had already calculated the money. Right. And I know they chop the one not fit pay.
Aside from that,
do you understand? A lot of girls these days are
I feel like
crazy.
it's good to communicate. So if you don't have transport money, I think it's better you tell the guy before you even go.
Yes, now.
So you've gone and then...
Are you sorting out my transport or you could come to my own house?
Exactly.
Do you understand?
She thought he was going to take initiative.
On that note. No really initiative.
But it's not all women.
That's why she says she's doing older guys now. She's not dating younger boys.
Problem.
Their wahala is plenty. Broke guys. This is why, you know why I took this story? This is why a lot of guys actually go into fraud.
Right.
This is why they are doing all this, the pressure, they are doing all these yahoo things. Because they want to impress, and I don't even understand why you need to impress anybody in the first place. But that's not our topic for conversation. On that note, we take a break. We want to discuss employment. Stay with us, we'll be right back.